her life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Arlie, Arlie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's now. Mystic from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Arlie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. But Arlie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Audie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Arlie, Arlie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's now. Mystic from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a clip. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. A lord of the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. He-ho, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Boo-Boo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with a lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the spell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold Thaddeus, master of the spell, with little Boo-Boo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. For his mate, little Boo-Boo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Boo-Boo, his talents wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Boo-Boo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo-Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart. So sing of that Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo-Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their
Salonia's fields a halfling stood tall. Sea gray eyes a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, penned on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With boulder hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Grey, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
Hello. Oh my lovely people. Hello, I am happy. Welcome back to You Are Legion, the game where you, the audience, can join in and be a part of the story as the voices inside one of the party members. Because in this game, you are Legion. My name is Coy, and I'm going to be your game master today. I'm joined by all of our regular cast. This is so exciting. We have Claire Hogan playing as the Kender Cleric of Knowledge, Arlie Candlewick III. We have Michael Keane playing as the halfling with a list, Harold Gray. We have Sam Gilroy playing as the noble pirate wizard, Thaddeus Turnpike. And returning, Sean Boyd. Welcome back, Sean, as Aelric Tiamaticus, the last blue dragonborn. And that's not all. We have Lindsay Owen Pierre joining us as Bubo, the Owlin Ranger intro song coming soon. And of course, assuming direct control of the Legion construct is Annie Yao. Welcome, Annie. We got a big team today. I'm super excited. This is amazing. Let me get rid. I'm just doing what Sean's going to be doing a little bit throughout this session. Previously on. The party sealed the gateway, linking the Shadowfell to the material plane, trapping the only other Dragonborn they had ever seen, Shairakasa, in the darkness, but not alone. For Thor Odinson gifted Shairakasa his hammer Mjolnir, so that he may earn his place in Valhalla, if Dragonborn believe in such places, and if the Valkyries can even reach the Shadowfell. In the pre-dawn light, the hordes of undead became visible, their horror more palatable, if not dispelled. A red dragon ascended from the depths of a vast gorge and alighted itself on the tower beside the party, to be greeted by a wounded Squeak Noir as La Chatte Rouge herself. In the distance, a great and ancient city stood against the horizon like a stone forest, great towers hundreds of meters high, scraping the clouds themselves. In the middle of this city, a massive facility rose, Hyperion against even the tallest of the dead city's skyline, none other than the Arcane Forge itself. But meanwhile, on the command deck of the Ethereal Dread, an orcish captain scans the horizon with a spyglass, while at her left hip a bespeckled gnome fiddles with a tuning crystal, searching for an invisible frequency. And finding a news broadcast. Tensions continue to rise at the northeastern border. Salamnia's already tenuous alliance with the Nordmar clans is further strained with the occupation of Kalaman. With confirmed reports, the city now flies the banner of the Lord of Dragon's graveyard, the dreaded Jersey Turnpike. To the west, Urgoth separatists strike another blow to the House of Lords. Out of the speaking stone comes the voice of Cudgel. Adelpho, you there? Hearing you loud and clear. Over. I can't describe it. Are you seeing this? The rephasing of the... No, it is too far. Well, they did it. I can see the dawn light. Va bene. Capitana, I am holding you responsible for all the repairs for my vessel. Repairs and improvements on my approval. Ma certo. All hands, brace, brace, brace. Back at the Wackenrath Tower, the party took to the skies, alighted on the back of the Grand Dragon Cat, the fastest route to the Arcane Forge. But their journey would not be without conflict. A squadron of mounted Dragonel, led by an adult dragon, also mounted, appeared on the horizon and moved to intercept. As the party braced themselves for battle, arrows shrieked through the sky, striking true. The archer had been unseen with the rising sun at his back. It was Bubo. And so a great battle in the sky commenced. An explosive bolt knocked Library Cat from the Dragon Cat's back, but Legion was able to use a portal magic to return her lifeless form to the construct's arms. Arlie and Legion both induced magical laughter to cause Red Ruin and one of their lieutenants to plummet to the ground below. Both the Dragon Cat and the enemy dragon exhaled infernos. Thad fell. Arlie fell. But without missing a beat, Harold leapt after the fallen wizard and used the magical amulet of Zivelin to imbue life back into the red-robed magus. Your turn, Thad, said Harold on his awakening. Aelric tucked his powerful wings and dove to catch Arlie, pumping life into her from his own amulet of the World Tree. Just as a little hey, howdy, hey, we are going to return to the middle of combat and to the top of round 3. Let us get back into some combat vision for our chat. Let me get out of my little thing so I can see our lovely players. Let me change our music because battles are fun. Oh, shoot. And now, with the top of round 3, starting with Bubo, followed by Thad, followed by Legion. We're back in combat. What do you want to do, Bubo?
I want to win.
The win maneuver.
Dude, is that an action or bonus action? I think I am going to. Oh, so one thing I didn't do is I didn't roll my d20 for the last time when I used Hail of Thorns.
Right.
So I'm just going to roll to see if I get a 1. I didn't get a 1. Okay, cool. So I am going to. I'm going to take out. I'm going to try to take out that dragon, man.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I need to take out that dragon. So I'm still 90 feet up. I am going to once again cast not Chaos Bolt, but Hail of Thorns on them. I just get +5s. So I'm going to roll a d20. I'm going to roll it twice. So the first one, I get 20. The first one is a 20. And
20,
the second one, the first roll is a 20, and the second roll is a 9, or a 14. That probably doesn't hit.
Okay, the 20 will hit, yeah. This is the dragon itself, right?
The dragon itself.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
So the Hail of Thorns will activate
Cool.
when I do hit him.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to go 1d8, 1d6 for the Hunter's Mark. And she's going to be +4, +10, so +14. So that's going to be 23 damage on him. And then a d10. I'm going to roll a d10 here. All right, so he's going to take an additional 6 damage, and so shall she, unless she saves. It's a DC 8 plus my proficiency 4, 12, plus my 13, 14, 15. It's a 15 dex save to take half damage.
Dex save, gotcha. That's a 2.
Well, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
And her as well.
That was for the rider. The dragon also has to roll a dex save?
Yeah, dex save for him too.
Cool. 18 for the dragon.
Okay, so the dragon will have taken 26 damage total, and
Okay.
she will be taking 6 damage as well.
She'll be taking 6. Amazing.
Cool. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. Is anybody in peril right now?
So Aelric has caught Arlie and brought her back from unconsciousness, as has Harold. Thad has cast Featherfall on all of them who do not have wings, so not Aelric.
Okay.
But so they are now following, I think, 60 feet a turn or 60 feet around at this point. So they're not in peril, but they are no longer at the moment in the battle because they're just falling.
Okay.
I think Squeak Noir and Legion are the only two still on top of the Dragon Cat, the Chat Rouge.
Okay, so how far are are they technically from me, Harold and Thad? Like I'm 90 feet up from the dragon.
90 feet, you would have fallen. Oh, this is frickin' math. D&D. Damn you, D&D.
Featherfall reduces fall rate to 60 feet, whatever it's supposed to do, whatever the
60 feet. So I'm just going to say, well, let's just say 60.
Can we do this? Can we do this? Just, if I do this over here, if I put myself like there, let's say, can I just like reduce this to I'm not 90
just
feet
vertical?
up, I'm at vertical to them and I'm right there? Because what I'm going to do is I'm with my movement plus my I have plus my, as a bonus action I can dash now.
Cool, yeah.
So I can move like 3 times my movement. So that's like 90 feet.
Cool. So they're going to be 60 feet below the plane. We're calling the plane just where the dragon, where the Chat Rouge and Squeak Noir are. So you're 90 feet above the plane right now. They're 60 feet below the plane. So that's a total of 150 feet difference.
Okay, so I've closed that difference by 30, 60, 90 feet. So they're 60 feet below my
you.
plane right now. Okay.
Yeah. And
All
you're
right,
now,
so that's
and you'll be level with the Chat Rouge.
basically like high. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if
Sorry?
how far up in the air are we from the ground, Koi?
600 feet.
Lindsay, I just thought of it now. I believe that, what is it, 120? What's the fall rate? Like, what's the D&D, like, could you, like, if you stop movement, I'm thinking like a plane, if something stops moving, it falls. If he's in the air, can you just stop moving? Like, can't you just stop
and fall?
your wings?
Yeah.
And then,
that's a good point.
Come out of it again?
Yeah, I think the way that we're running these rules is that yeah, we could. So, Linz, if you wanted to like dive bomb to get to their level, I think because of how we did our save mechanic for Aelric to reach them, that you can just like kind of close your wings, dive bomb, and unfurl at their altitude, so that you would be at their altitude 60 feet below Le Chat Rouge, if that's where you want to be.
I'm happy to be there, and
cool.
I will use my next turn to do some safety maneuvers.
Swizzle.
Yeah.
I put mine minus 60, and now you're all like invisible because that's how it works.
Thank you. Yeah, sure.
Sam and Lindsay are quiet, seemingly.
Is this better?
I'll just pull you up on my side, because I can do that. Look at that. Boom. All right. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, Legion.
Amazing. So that's going to be that was your action. That was your movement.
Yeah.
Was that your bonus action as well?
My bonus action. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, it's everything.
Awesome. So that's going to take us to Thad, embraced by Harold, head towards the earth, falling a little slower with 4 hit points.
Are we trying to fight a red dragon in the, like, should we try to bring this battle down, or should we continue to try and dogfight here?
That's not for me to answer.
No, I know.
I was a little confused. Who is the sleep command given to? That was in the breakdown.
Oh. There wasn't a sleep command. There was 2 Tasha's Hideous Laughters used.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said costume.
The Red Rider fell from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harley put a custard pie on them or something, right?
Yeah.
Custard pie, Yorkshire pudding. It was something sticky. I don't remember.
The butter. specifically the thematic component. There's a vocal component. Like, I know it was a tart. It could be any kind of tart. A tart and a feather. I don't make the rules. I just read them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gygax.
Like I think that we're sort of at a pivot point here as a party where we either like try to either we shake this thing on the ground that doesn't want to keep engaging. Like what do you? Because Lindsay, I don't think you can carry both of us back up there.
I mean, I think with my strength, I think I can carry you, man. I'm pretty sure I can carry you, dude.
Both of us? All right.
Well, I mean, if he's holding on to you and I'm holding on to you or whatever, I think I can hold you. Now, my movement's probably going to be halved or even a quarter or something like that. You know, there's going to be some movement situation. But I think that in terms of me holding on to you, it's not going to be necessarily that, you know, it's D&D strength mechanics are all stupid. Like I can carry 6,000 pounds or whatever. You know?
What
You
about
can
the
carry...
red dragon? What about the Chat Rouge? It could always.
Chat Rouge can move. The Chat Rouge is controlled by Squeak Noir right now, who has initiative 5, so the bottom of the order.
Then I'm at 4 HP, so I guess I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself at 2nd level since I don't really know what else to do. What are you at, Harold?
39.
Dang. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I love this. Is a very very reminiscent of like an anime. I just picture like the looping animation of a cloak, and like 2-panel background to create some distance as Harold and Thad just kind of fall slowly.
I heal myself as an action for 14 HP.
Cool.
As I grab a little vial, pop it open, incant the magic words, and finish off.
Got the math done for us. You can fall 580 feet in your dive in the first round, and then you got to pull out of the dive.
Thank you, Vikavar. Yeah, the way I've been playing it is like if a creature falls and it doesn't get saved, that within the round it hits the ground. Kind of in that.
Now that we're also free falling, like feather fall isn't an effect, I sort of, and seeing Bubo do the free fall down for us, I sort of separate, like keep on holding Harold's hand, but instead of like hugging on to one another, I let ourselves just sort of like drift off into the free fall a bit more. And I guess that's my turn.
I just want to offer, isn't the Seed of Zivlin, which I think you haven't used yet, a bonus action for you?
Oh, is it a bonus action? Yeah, it is a bonus action. I'll pump all 4 into me, Ben.
Hell yeah. Get that healing back.
That's what he said.
For an extra 9, bringing me to 20.
Awesome. I've been doing your health there on the background. Cool. Thad. Huge. Back to like half health.
And the burns are knitting all over my face, but for whatever weird allergy Thad has to healing magic, unfortunately his hair is again not growing back.
I love that. I love how healing magic doesn't help hair. It's a great little homebrew thing. Amazing. Cool. Okay, so that's Thad's falling at a medium pace, and moving on to Legion, still mounted on the back of the Chat Rouge, the dragon cat itself, with a singed library cat in your hands.
Just holding this cat, looking around. Oh man, I feel like I really. This is player me speaking because Legion would not be panicking like I am right now. I feel like I really need to heal somebody. There's nobody else within range of me except for Squeak Noir, right? Like everybody's kind of like falling out of.
They're all 60 feet from you, so I don't know what the range is.
Okay.
You could reach them if you jumped off, but yeah.
Healing. I mean, healing word is 60 feet, so if they're exactly 60 feet from me.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I like this kind of math. I'm just
Wibbly
checking-
wobbly math.
Wibbly wobbly math. I'm just checking people's health. Who needs it the most? Well, Squeak is very low. Elric kinda needs it. Thad kinda needs it. I think I'm gonna heal Thad again because I think he has the lowest proportionally to everybody. So I'm going to cast Healing Word. As my bonus action, casting Healing Word on Thad, and if I can just select him, he is that blank square. Let's see. If this
Yeah,
works.
I will bring our tokens back. Verticality's not great on this map, so let me just. They're all 60 feet below.
Hey,
Make a note.
Is he the middle one? I'm like
The dark one, yeah.
the dark middle one. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, gonna cast it on the dark middle one.
I want the dark middle one.
Cast. Normal.
10.
Oh,
Sweet.
Another 10?
is that 10? I think that's
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, it's 10.
Cool.
So you get another 10.
Cool.
And that was my bonus action. And since I already used that, I think I can only use a cantrip. So I'm just going to cast Starry Wisp on the rider up here.
Oh, what's that?
It's a light. It does radiant damage, so it does 1d8 radiant damage upon hit. It's a ranged spell attack, and until the end of my next turn, it emits a dim light in a 10-foot radius. So if ever we're like fighting in the dark, or if it suddenly gets dark again, guys, that's gonna be great. And it cannot go. The person affected cannot go invisible.
Cool.
But I'm purely doing it for the damage. So
Targeting computer.
targeting. Boom.
It's there, guys. That's the bad guy. Right there. That one.
I think I did it right. I might have done it wrong.
I see 7. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's 7. Does it have a saving throw, or is it just 7 damage?
Make a range attack on a. It says on a hit, so I assume I have to roll for damage.
Oh, you'd have to roll to hit then if it's a ranged.
Why is it not letting me just roll to hit? That's weird.
Interesting.
I'm selecting the guy, and then I'm casting this. Discard previous. Selecting. Select. Thank you. Casting. Cancel new.
Ranged spell attack. Yeah, so it'd be a ranged spell
I'm
attack.
gonna undo. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's our fancy virtual tabletop going crazy.
Yeah, a little bit. Why don't I just not
Why don't we
select
just-
anything? Just roll
Yeah,
for
I
it?
think you can
Just
roll a
roll a
d20,
D20.
and your attack modifier is +8.
Yep, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna do it the classic way.
Old school.
Sexy. Oh, yeah, that's.
Why does it say aspect of Impu?
Oh no, that's not right. Not the aspect of Impu is what it's meant to say.
Right.
So that's a 7 + 8, which would be what, 15?
15.
15 on the rider will not hit.
Okay.
So the starry wisp is gonna reflect off of their plate mail.
Okie dokie. And that is my turn. I'm going to stay on. Well, as a free action, can I ask? Does Squeak understands me?
Oh yeah.
As a free action, can I ask Squeak Noir, should we maybe fly down and fetch your companions?
What a good idea. We must stay together.
Thank you. I agree.
Nice. Squeak Noir begins doing the things that you do to control a dragon. You know those classic maneuvers. Exactly, right? It's okay. It's okay. We must go down. Incredible. That's Legion's turn. Going to... that's going to be... Actually, that is... wait a minute. When controlled, a controlled mount, do they use the same initiative as the one mounting it? Okay, amazing. So that's going to be our enemy at that point then. So it is going to use... So she calls out to Takesis in prayer, and anyone, if they want, can roll me a Arcana or Religion check. This will be DC 16. Thad, you can't make out the words from 60 feet below. Harold, you are able to make out kind of incantations, celestial incantations, similar in many ways to what you've heard Arlie use. She is calling on her deity. Aelric, you recognize this because this is in Draconic. With a nat 20 on your religion check, Aelric, this is also recognized by Harold, who passed the DC. You can see that she is calling on the Dragon Queen's favor, and with this prayer is able to regain some health. This is a capability of the rider here. She will then close distance, and as she closes distance, will attack with a burst of flame, which is going to close and hit Legion and Squeak Noir, who are mounted on... so I need both of you to roll a DC 16.
Dex save.
This is a dex save. I'm going to roll for Squeak Noir here.
Okay.
And that is going to be 14 damage of fire for a failed roll. Squeak Noir...
with his mount, though, doesn't he?
Sorry?
Doesn't he have a feat that can let his mount tank his damage?
It's the opposite. He has a feat that he can take damage when it's directed at the mount.
Okay.
But I think we've also said that a saving throw. I'd have to. There was cover that the dragon is offering you. I don't know if cover. I think cover adds to your AC. I don't think it affects saving throws though. That's something I would ask Vikovar if cover affects saving throws. Because I think it just affects, because this is a saving throw, not an attack. So I'm going to say I think that is fail on both sides. Squeak Noir is unconscious and falls from the back of La Chatte Rouge. Have you taken the damage, Legion? That's 14 fire damage.
I have just taken it.
Okay. And as, by the way, I have 2 tokens. The dragon token is the one in terms of like distance and stuff. The other one is just for me to track the rider. And when I do it on top of itself, then I lose it. So don't worry about that. As the rider closes on the dragon, she is going to attack the dragon cat with 2 strikes with her long pike. It's going to be 29 damage on the first, because that was a 27 to hit. The first one striking true on La Chatte Rouge, doing 29 damage. And then the second attack... striking true again for 31 damage on La Chatte Rouge. 2 strong pike attacks on La Chatte Rouge, who takes them And I just want to double check. We also
They're actually
have...
saying that Squeak Nor has advantage as the rider on the.
Oh, Squeak
so
Nor has
you could-
advantage. Rolling again. 9.
Oh, nothing. Okay.
No.
Good try, though.
9 with advantage. Thank you, chat, though. Thank you, chat. Now, because the mount uses the same
Thanks,
uses the
Eric.
same initiative as the rider, the mount, I need to roll a d6 to recharge the fire breath to see if that actually is going to be recharged. It recharges on
Sorry,
a...
Koi.
Mhm.
Sorry, Koi. I'm going to step in and use a reaction. The fire
Okay.
breath.
Yeah.
Am I within 60 of the red dragon? I cast
You
it?
are, yeah, because you're just below.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So just double checking here. I'm
You stick something up his butt.
I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs on the Fire Dragon reaction.
On the so the
On
thing
the
that
Fire Dragon that knocked out Squeak.
that was the rider. Yeah, that was the rider. But yeah, you can cast it on that. So that's a re-roll on to hit, is that? Oh wait, does that but it was
Magically
a
distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty and encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. Is it an attack roll that they rolled for?
No, it was a saving throw, so no attack roll. It was just saving
It was an
throw for
area of
that.
effect thing. Yeah.
I wanted to give. Okay, never mind then.
Sorry. So I mean, you can have the rider re-roll their pike attack.
I'll do that then.
Cool. I will re-roll the pike attack. 27.
Oh God.
I'm afraid it still hits. The dragon is going to also bite and claw at Le Chat Rouge. That is 26
Oh my
damage. $32 to hit.
Wow.
12 and
Wow. Jesus.
just 32 to hit. 13. So that's 13 plus 12, so it's 25
51.
plus 51 damage to Le Chat Rouge. 51 damage. Wow. Le Chat Rouge is looking hurt, looking bloodied. And that completes the turn of our mounted enemy on the red dragon, leading us to Harold's turn. Harold, you are still afraid of the dragon, so at the end of this turn, you can roll your wisdom saving throw again.
Quickly, who did the fire attack? Who did the fire attack?
The rider.
The rider.
It's a magical attack called Flame Burst.
Okay, word. That's Vic was asking about that. But anyways, yes, please continue.
Well, also as a result of Silvery Barb, I'm gonna give myself advantage. So.
Hell yeah.
Well, I don't have a lot of options right now. What do you think?
You're falling slowly, falling at a medium pace.
If I let go of Thad, do I start falling faster?
No, because he's cast Featherfall on you.
On both of you. Yeah.
You do see Squeak Noir falling at a regular quick pace past you.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my action to try to grab Squeak.
That'll be a free athletic check.
I don't think it needs to be athletics, though.
A dexterity check to see if you can catch his hand.
But I still have a negative strength modifier for that weird fucking.
I'll give you athletics. I'll be kind and give you an athletics check to try to grab it out of the air. I'm just trying
No,
to
I said
pull
I
up.
don't think it needs to be athletics. I think it might be something other than.
Sorry, acrobatics. I meant acrobatics. That I would give you.
Acrobatics.
I would be
Yeah,
kind
I'll
and
do
give you an
that,
acrobatics check. I'm just
Great,
pulling
okay.
up the.
I mean, dexterity is pretty good, man. It's not about how hard you can catch him. It's about if you can
It's about
catch him.
exactly. It's about catching them. Oh well, a nat 20. Harold, how do you catch little Squeak Noir?
You gotta kick off my chest, right? Like that's part of the thing.
My pouch. Open.
Oh,
my
nice. Just fucking pockets him. Nice.
Amazing. Just like a A tactical reload, just Squeak Noir ends up in your pouch unconscious. Amazing. That was your free. That was free. That's free.
Okay, can I attack a creature I'm afraid of, or no?
You can with disadvantage. If you have advantage, then it neutralizes and it's just plain.
Okay.
It would be a plain attack. There's one of your allies is adjacent to the dragon and the rider, so you would just have a regular attack with your sneak attack.
Shoot him with my bow.
Hell yeah. The rider or the dragon?
The rider.
Cool.
Are we focusing the rider, Lindsay, or are we focusing the mount?
I've been focusing on the mount because of the idea of like dropping the rider if I can kill the mount, you know?
Fire on the mount then.
Cool. Shots fired on the mount.
Come on, Harold. There you go.
22. That hits.
15 damage.
15 damage. Amazing. 15 damage to the mount. It is, at this point, looking hurt. I think I'm getting some background noise from somebody.
Damn,
yeah, I'm sorry. It's probably...
Okay. Cool. So that was 15 damage, Harold. Anything else you want to do? I think you still technically have a bonus action. No?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah. Ask away.
The at-will spells that we got.
Mm-hmm.
Feywilds. They all count as actions, yeah?
Unless they say otherwise. They count as the same as what the spell would cost.
You can move 30 feet in any direction if you want to pop it.
Not gonna do anything for me. I should have cast Bane instead of my arrow. It would have been a better use of the action, but I'll remember it for next.
Cool. You see the arrow go and you're like, I got you next time. Incredible. That's gonna lead us to Arlie. Juniper Arlie. You wake up in Aelric's arms, falling slowly to the ground.
Wait, we're falling? Can't he fly? Or am I too heavy?
Well, so Aelric last turn was to like swoop down and catch you. So I mean, Aelric, if you wanted to have but by the time Aelric had caught you, Featherfall had been cast on you. So if Aelric had opened his wings, then you're kind of gliding at this point. Aelric is going to act right after your turn. So you are very much not in danger of hitting the ground. Let's put it that much.
Okay. How far? I don't know how to measure. Depth.
You are no further than 60 feet from any of your allies.
Okay. I definitely want to do a healing spell, but okay. So yeah, Arlie's just, I don't know. I feel like it's like I can't picture. How does someone? Okay, you know how you can picture someone like waking up after drowning and they're like, and they cough up water. I don't know what the equivalent for that is for being like singed.
I think it's like a cough of smoke. Just like,
yeah. So that's just getting her bearings, coughing up smoke.
And to follow with the rules that we have established, Arlie's hair has all burned off. Because these are rules we have now established. So Thad and Arlie are bald.
I'm willing to give rather, as I'm the only person that has burned multiple times, I believe, so far, that it isn't Arlic who has scales. Right. We can say that I have a weird allergy to healing magic that my hair doesn't grow back.
True.
I don't want to endow this onto people who don't want to deal with hair loss for burning, but I think
Arlie-
it makes fire scarier.
Arlie, what do you want? You make the canonical call now. Does Zivelin protect your hair, or is it burned off? This is your call.
We should roll 10 or higher. Zivelin protects your hair. 10 or lower, it all burns off.
I love it. Okay, let's do the roll.
It's a 6.
Hairless Kender falling.
So let's go for it. Let's go for more of a let's get it styled, just like a bit, like just it's still there and tough. It's just like kind of like a punky bob kind of, like
I love it. Yeah. She's like, it's kind of singed and crispy and like a little shake of the head, and it's just like, ooh, fashion, style, cool.
Yeah. Looks like, hair.
So
hair
basically,
by,
this thing gave you like a Cook Bizarre kind
like
of
a really,
haircut.
like a cool haircut. I'm still watching Arcane. Something out of that universe, Just
This is the type of haircut that's gonna give her the Emmy. It's like, oh wow, look at what she did to change her look. Wow, so brave.
Thank you. Okay. So anyway, but hair does burn, but it can burn stylishly.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So for the game, Arlie, I believe, is going to cast, or for the combat, I should say, is going to go for Mass Healing Word. I think up to 6 people. I feel like it's like a drop in the bucket, though.
But totally.
But
What's the range
I
on
think
it?
it's something.
it's 60 feet.
Cool. So that'll be all of your allies will be able to receive healing.
Yeah. I think I need to count. I also wanted to include Chat Rouge.
Yeah. So
But-
there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 8 including yourself.
Myself. Who am I leaving? Who? Out? I guess I'm leaving out. Am I leaving out Legion? And is Legion okay?
And
I think
Bubo's okay.
Okay. So
Bubo's the untouched so far. Classic
Okay.
Bubo.
But
Classic
she's
Bubo.
probably
oh, more,
I
we
need
gotta
to make that. Didn't take that save. What kind of save is it?
Squeak Noir.
Which one? Sorry.
Is it a wisdom?
Oh,
saving
it's a
throw?
wisdom save. Yeah. Take that wisdom save.
Scott healed some. Maybe I'll go for. Maybe I'll replace. And also, but Sam reminded me. Or, yeah. So I'm wondering. Because Squeak Noir is unconscious, right?
Squeaknar's unconscious, but now in Harold's bag because he did a nat 20 catch. Harold rolled a 19, which was exactly the DC, so Harold is no longer frightened.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So,
So all of your friends, Bubo is untouched this entire combat. The rest of your friends have taken various amounts of damage. Yes.
Well, I guess. What do you think, Sam? Should I forgo Thad for Squeak?
Yeah. I'm at 37 life and below the plane of interaction with the big scary dragon right now. And if I do end up near it, I'll probably be on its back. So hopefully, yeah, I think I should be fine at 37. He says before he falls unconscious next round.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, let's do it. Mass Healing Word. It's a bonus action. Standard. Cast spell. Did it send to Foundry?
Amazing. I don't see the roll, but I see the thing. Oh,
Sorry, it offered me a critical hit, and I didn't know what that meant.
hell yeah. Is it just 1d4?
I thought it would be
Interesting.
for above when I cast a spell using a slot of 4th or higher. And I used my 2 spell slots at 4th level for the the Kender party of the of the spirits.
Oh yeah,
Back in-
yeah. The Spirit Guardians.
So, the Spirit Guardians. Kender party.
Kender
So
party.
yeah, unfortunately, just 1d4. The only way to make it 2d4 would have been to have a 4th level slot. So-
Okay.
But 7, that's great though. 6 people.
7
got
hit
7.
points. So yeah, so that's everyone gets 7. Who doesn't get it?
Didn't
I
get
feel
it.
like we're more than 6.
Sorry.
There's more than 6 of us, right?
Yes,
there's-
that's why I've been like trying to figure out who doesn't get included. Legion, I can't remember. I did want to know if you needed it.
I do need healing, but I think here it actually says that constructs are unaffected. So
By healing spells?
yeah.
Okay.
Am I misinterpreting this?
No, if you're a construct, let's double check our no effect on constructs. Yeah.
Which
So-
means that it's
So Legion
Yeah,
would be
I mean-
unaffected.
Yeah. So don't
so I'm gonna
heal.
send it to Chat Rouge.
Cool. So that means you get 6 creatures of your choice. So that's going to be Thad, Harold, Aelric,
Not
Arlie. Not that. So Harold, Aelric, Arlie, Squeak Noir, Chat Rouge.
Chat Rouge and herself.
That's 5 only. So you could give Thad as well.
And herself.
That's 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Arlie,
Oh.
Aelric, Harold, Chat Rouge, Squeak Noir. That's 5.
Okay.
So plus Thad is 6.
There you go.
Cool.
Great.
I'm gonna do Squeak Noir and Chat Rouge if everyone else can do their own hit points. That'd be
Oh,
great.
did I forget Library Cat?
Library Cat's dead.
Ooh, dead.
Dead.
Okay. My-
I'm still holding her though.
Yeah,
okay.
you're still
Yeah.
fully holding her.
I
Wait,
don't
how
know.
much?
I don't
7.
know.
Dude, I thought I was gonna do Revivify, but it's okay. I still have time. Okay. This was more pressing. Okay. All right. Good out loud memory, Claire. Okay, so I don't have a main action. I'm just gonna be like
I think you have
Yeah,
like a
she's-
crossbow you could use if you wanted, but yeah.
Okay, great. I will do that. I will so I don't know what Aelric is, I guess, like trying to hold her, and then she's like coming to, coughing up smoke, and is like, okay, time, shotgun and blessings. Like a squirmy, I picture like when you're holding like a toddler and they're just being incredibly active with whatever they're doing.
I'm gonna cast this and I'm gonna do this, and all of a sudden, boom, and right. Amazing. So yeah, you can fire off a crossbow bolt. Who are you going to attack?
Great question. I guess like we're like below, so maybe I'm just like shooting up what I can set the very large target I can.
Yeah, the dragon,
see
for sure.
be hit, because this is not my best thingy. What is the word I want? You know.
Not your
use
greatest
of-
strength.
Thank you. Apparently, I use it so little, I don't know where it is. It's in the inventory. Oh my gosh. Okay. Attack. Standard roll. Standard roll will roll to hit, right?
Yep.
What did you roll?
Oh.
75.
An 11. An 11. It's just gonna the bolt's just gonna just right past. You got it off.
Well.
Well, shoot. There's a reason I don't use this.
I can't see past the smoke in my eyes.
Yeah, still just burning eyes, a cool new haircut. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's Arlie's turn. And now we're going to Aelric. At the end of your turn, you can roll, because you are technically still, frightened of the dragon above you. You have Arlie in hand, you have the capacity of flight, but you cannot move closer to the source of your fear.
Okay, great. But I can move straight up and be at a parallel plane to the big dragon?
I'm afraid the way that the radius works is you'd have to move up and away, because of if you go straight up, you're going to close distance. So you'd have to like maintain a radius.
What's the how far do I have to go away? Does it say?
So you are
Basically, you just have to go about 5 feet away, not very much further. If you think of a circle around him, you
Can't
don't have
really
to be long.
move closer.
you're
Okay.
60 feet below and 20 feet aside. So it'd be like the triangle of that.
Like if you think of a circle, like you're down here, you don't have to go very far to be, coming up and still stay outside of it. So maybe 5 or 10 feet away at
Okay.
the plane.
Right. So he's right now on the edge here.
It's
20 feet.
So you're 20
Yeah.
horizontal feet, but you're also 60 vertical feet.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay. So I'm gonna use well, hold on. Shit.
He's got to be 63 feet horizontally away.
thank you.
Right. I've got to be 63 feet horizontally away? Okay.
Yep.
Well, that changes my plan tremendously then. Yeah, I've got nothing. There's not a single thing I can do right now. Because I can't even bring Arlie back up to the dragon, to Chat Rouge.
Yeah, so 60. I'm just gonna do a. If 60 feet is what you need to maintain, I'm gonna draw that on the map here.
Yeah. Well, that takes everything
63.
that I was going to do away. So I really don't have anything I can do.
Oh, you know what you could do? You could save a reaction of moving where you wanted to move, or the condition that you succeed on your saving throw.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ikavar, can you do that? It seems like rules is written, but against the spirit of it.
You can use your action to hold your action based on a condition. That condition could be no longer a scared, but then closing distance, you still wouldn't necessarily be able to act because you've held your action to close it. Although no, you're right, Keen. Actually, if you held your action to close distance and use an action, you could do that, assuming you pass the saving throw.
Vikavar was just saying that system save is at the end of his turn, so he could hold an action to close distance. The condition that he passed the wound save is at the end of his. That's all.
I think that technically could work. It would just rely on you passing the
Which is
Then
such
I
a
flipped off boy.
yeah. That's also fair. I mean, I don't want to dive because I could get Arlie out of here, but Arlie has got so much healing. What's this other dragon back here? What's this thing?
This is a Dragonelle that has lost its mount, I believe.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'll just follow your plan then, Keen, and I will. I guess I'll ready an action to dash on the.
Straight up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, give me a roll on that wisdom saving throw.
Come on, man.
It's my worst thing, of course.
Airwick has advantage on the save, Vikavar says.
Oh yeah, Vikavar just gave you advantage. The gods have spoken. That's our cool new interactive Twitch stream vibe. So you have advantage on this save.
That's new. That is all new. So that's
It's
so
sexy.
Good.
It's sexy for the
very
voice.
sexy.
Very cool.
Yeah. Come on. Nat 20. Nat 20. Make it real. Make it heroic.
16.
Okay.
16 on the first roll. That's not enough, but you have advantage.
What is it?
It is a 19.
Jesus age. Okay.
Yeah, it's stupid. You need an actual 19. It's so nuts.
Okay.
Come on. Come the fuck on. Oh, another 16.
Another 16
Damn,
exactly.
man.
All right. So, Elric, you're still frightened, but you are maintaining distance.
It's not possible. I can't help. I can't.
Add? I mean, if there's something that a
It doesn't make
creature...
sense. Can't.
Squeak Noir, not being unconscious, can use their leadership, I'm going to say, to speak out and allow Elric to roll a d4 that he can add to
Elric,
it.
get a 3. Get a
Squeak
3.
Noir's little hat pops out from Harold's bag, and something about the little beady eyes pulls you, Elric, and you say, "You've got
Where's
this."
Where's the die? Oh, there we go. Die 4?
You
Is that what
got
it
the
is?
touch.
I can't get this stupid window to show up on my screen. Hold on.
Yes.
That's a 3. That's a save. Amazing. So that's a save. You're no longer feared, and you're going to dash your way up to the same plane as the enemy dragon. Amazing. Return to... That's going to be your turn, right?
Yeah, that was a reaction. That was his turn.
Yeah.
He's already done.
Yeah, because you're already done your turn.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we are going to move to Squeak Noir, who's in Harold's bag, calls out to the Chat Rouge, who dives down, gets herself under everyone, and everyone is able to get themselves onto her back. You are all now 60 feet below the enemy dragon. Everyone who wants to get onto her back is able to. I'm just moving everyone here. Unfortunately, as she does so, she is going to elicit some attacks of opportunity from our enemies. The rider misses with her pike attack, and the dragon itself tries to bite as Chat Rouge is leaving. And is able to take a bite out of her wings, dealing... Oh, no. I don't even see the roll on that.
It says 15.
15. Thank you so much. I don't know why I can't see that. I'm dealing 15 more damage.
Because the computer's not happy with the damage.
Computer's pissed off at me. It's like, no, you don't deal that damage.
Is the Chat Rouge able to help us close distance with its remaining move?
Chat Rouge can close distance 20 feet because they have a fly of 80, but also can dash. So with a dash could bring you right back up to the plane of combat.
So, squad, it's a call if it's better to deploy our close line fighters into a range when they can actually get to grips, or whether Chat Rouge's action would better be spent dealing damage itself. Huge fucking red dragon, I don't want to make an assumption.
Red dragon does look hurt, I will say.
Not going to have much of an opportunity to attack it.
If I can get, like, I think that we have a big damage burst that we can do before the red dragon's next act.
Bubo, Thad, and Legion will all act before the red dragon is acting.
But I think that if we try to like fly away, I mean, we can try to deal with it on the ground, but then it's gonna like fly over us and try to nuke us with its breath weapon, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to get back up in its face, but that's because I've been at range this whole time, and I'm not great there.
So I just want to catch. I think we moved past. Sean, your bonus action would have been on your turn. So what was the bonus action you wanted to use on your turn?
Second wind.
Oh, okay. That would have been before you did your roll, though, in terms of your like save for fear, the bonus action.
Okay.
So you can, so you could use it, but then you would still be technically under the fear condition.
Oh, then never mind. That's why I
Okay.
was asking. I didn't know when it happened in the sequence.
Cool. It's all good. Holding actions get weird. So you're going to still have your second wind that you can use when you want to. Cool. So it's Squeak Noir can choose to, at this point, we're in a few seconds. Everyone's kind of like alighted onto Le Chat Rouge. Squeak Noir is like, where to go now? Back into the battle? Or shall we run for the forge?
I point to the forge.
Jordy Forge? Jordy LaForge?
Jordy Larcane Forge? There's actually
Jordy Larcane.
Yeah. There's actually a great documentary on the Reading Rainbow I just watched, which is really sweet.
Oh, shit.
Won't outrun them.
Both dragons have the same speed.
Okay.
So would you like to maintain distance or would you like to close the
Okay.
distance?
Okay. So I think what I would recommend. What range weapons do they have other than breath? The dragon.
The dragon doesn't. The rider may. The rider's already used one weapon.
Have we seen ranged weapons from them?
You saw the flame burst, and they are holding a pike.
Okay. And what is their distance to us?
Currently, it's like 60 feet above you all. And 20 feet linearly. Running out of time.
I
What do y'all think?
would like to go towards the forge. If we're being maintained in combat, I can always prep a spell to fire off if it comes within range.
I think that we either need to drop down. I think the question is either we fight it on the ground directly beneath us or we fight it up here in the air. I think that the only way that we clear out here is by making it run away or killing it.
I think the nature of you being lower than your opponent, both having the same speed, means that you're not going to be able to... The only way you would outrun it is to the ground.
I mean, and we can get to the ground where we don't have to worry about falling to our death. But I think that we need to be able to do some damage to it. And I think that we need to get our people that can deal massive damage up close and personal need to get up in there. That's what I think.
Guys, I think, I'm not sure, okay? I don't want to influence you guys too much, but I think I have a kind of a plan for some pretty devastating damage on the next turn. So I think that if I can, I may or may not be able to get this dragon down to, if it's got half of its thing, I could probably get him to a quarter, if not less, hit points left. So I think we might have a chance of downing this dragon in the next round if we go with what I'm about to do.
So I think my worry is
Yeah.
that you're just going to get downed. Looking pretty rough. But if we run towards the forge, Aelric can pull me and Thad towards the dragons to do step.
Sure.
Combat, right?
Yeah.
That's
All I'm saying is if you guys want to be like conservative, that's super cool. But I think you should reserve the ability to attack on the next round. I think we have a good shot. Is all I'm saying.
The only problem with Airlick taking us is that he's after us in turn order, and the dragon gets a pop off.
All
Corey,
right.
DM wants us to go. All right.
in this indecision, the Squeak Noir, newly brought back to consciousness, climbs out of Harold's bag, gets to the behind the head, the coccyx of the dragon, says, "Today is a good day to die. Hop!" And the dragon is going to pull herself up to the same plane. Bubo, if you want to just grab on the tail, that'll pull you up for free to the plane of combat if you like. Otherwise, you will be 60 feet below. Okay, you're going to remain 60 feet below. Everyone is going to be at the plane of combat. And we are at the top of the round 4. This is going to be Bubo, Thad, Legion, all acting before our enemy. Starting with Bubo. Oh, sorry, Arnie, yeah.
Yeah, just about the dragon that is unmounted, I guess. Is it just kind
Little
of...
Dragon-O?
Yeah, is it just like kind of flying around? Is it attacking us? Like, what are we noticing it doing?
Yeah, it is no longer controlled by a mount. It has lost the majority of like the number advantage. At this point, it is like an unmounted. It's an unmounted mount, so it is taking the dodge action because it has no control, and it is just trying to stay alive at this point.
Okay.
Unmounted, you say?
Unmounted, yes.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. There's no creature on it. Yes. Bubo.
Okay, Bubo is going to take his bonus action and do the hide action. His the elven cloak plus his glamour-studded arm thing starts to change shape and color to match the wisps of cloud that are swirling around him.
Love that.
He kind of dives into a thicker part of it, and I've already rolled myself with advantage because the Elven Cloak gives me advantage, and I've rolled a stealth roll of 30.
30
to hide. Yeah.
That beats their Ooh, and okay. You're just over 60 feet. Amazing, because the dragon has blind sight of 60 feet, but you're just outside of that. So that works. You are
okay. So
you are
doing,
blind. You are blind to the dragon.
Yes, exactly. So I'm hidden from him, which gives me advantage on my attacks
Attack
to
rolls.
him.
Yeah.
So I am going to once again with Hail of Thorns do another attack on him. So I'm just gonna do this 1d20. No, sorry, that 1d20 with advantage. Okay, let's see. This is the first attack. That's a 25
hits,
and the second attack. Oh, sorry. I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, 5. D20 plus advantage. 21. That hits.
Hits.
Okay, good. So, the first attack is going to be 1d8, 2d6, plus another d6 because of Hunter's Mark. And then this is plus 4, 3d6 plus 1d8 plus 4. All right, that's going to be 24 damage plus 10. That's 34 damage.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
34
and then the second one is just going to be straight up Hunter's Mark plus that. It's not a ton, but that is 12. That's going to be another 22 damage.
Damn. It's like 50, 60 damage.
30, yeah, 22 plus 34. Yeah.
Crazy.
56 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, Bubo, you close your wings, pull the elven cloak around you.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. There's also the D10 that
There's
I roll.
more, but wait. There's more.
There's more. Yeah. This is the Hunter's Mark. Not the Hunter's Mark, but the Hail of Thorns. So that's another 7 damage on him and her if they don't save, and they get half damage if they do save.
Dex save.
So it's okay.
So the dragon
he
rolls
gets
a
another-
20. The
So it's a straight
rider
up 60 on him,
11.
and then a 7 on her.
Cool. So a 7 and then another 3 on the dragon.
So yeah, is that 59?
Amazing. Hell yeah. I've just been
59.
entering it
60
while we
damage?
go. Very deadly. Bubo, yeah, you close your wings, pull the elven cloak around you, dive into a wisp of cloud, and disappear. The dragon scans and refocuses on its counterpart, mounted with all of your friends. As you fire from a hidden position, you can hear the rider, and a glint of her right eye, something shining in the eye. She hadn't lost sight of you while her mount had. She says, "No, you fool!" 2 arrows come under its neck, getting through the backside of their interlocking scales, causing severe damage, and it shrieks out. Little puffs of like napalmy fire start dripping from the throat of this dragon. It looks bloodied.
It looks bloodied.
It is
Oh my
bloodied.
god. right,
That's
well,
I think that's your turn, yeah, Bubo? But wait.
Yeah, but wait, I've got another 7 spells. No, I think that's it. Let's see. I just want to see if Hail of Storms has any sort of like Dex throw, D10. No, everything from within 5 feet. No, that's good. That's cool.
Amazing. That's going to be Thad. Now on top of Le Chat Rouge, closing. You are now within 20 feet at the same linear plane.
With the broadness of the dragon, and based on I have a 13 strength at full speed, can I run and jump that distance onto the back of the nuts dragon?
Only if you describe it really cool.
Well, Thad suddenly the berserker in him. I mean, I guess y'all have really sort of seen this face mostly when Thad is absolutely incoherent with spittling, just raging. This time, however, there's a determinism and a clarity behind his insanity, as he sort of, as they're swooping, as like the swoop comes in, he counterbalances, like moving up the plane, and he times it just right where he runs, and he casts Shadow Blade. His shadow sucks up into him, forming into that crackling sort of axe blade, and just as the tilt comes the other way, luckily, he doesn't jump directly into the hail of thorns that just happened. But just as it all ends, kind of like at the end of an artillery blast, I land on top of the back of the dragon, and I want to take my Shadow Blade. And the first strike is going to be a booming blade into it.
Let's see this.
Can I also ask?
20, not a natural 20.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
20 will hit though. Yeah.
Before this is resolved, I just want to say that I place myself directly under where the dragon is. Okay, like directly, even the hiding still puts me directly under it.
Cool.
With my movement. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll do that. We can't stack our tokens, but we'll say you're directly under. Vikovar and Thor gave you advantage on this sick maneuver. So, because we got double advantage and Thor was involved, I'm going to give you 1d6 thunder damage on this attack.
Oh, because I could. Oh, so 1d6 thunder damage on top of everything else.
Because you feel the god of Thor, Odinson, imbuing your strikes from beyond.
Wait, what? One more time. 1d. How many d6 thunder?
1d6.
1d6.
But Thad, you also get a shot at advantage. Please roll again to see if you get a crit.
Yes. Pardon me. I missed that. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was so excited
Just
about the
in case.
thunder damage.
Yeah.
I forgot about the
possibility of sickness.
Yeah.
For the chat, double advantage on the maneuver means he succeeds, just so you know. So we're rolling to hit at this point. And Thad rolls a 20 to hit, which hits the red dragon. He gets plus 1d6 from Thor Odinson's.
Depending on resistances, the thunder, which is the first thing, or this first crack of thunder on the hit is 3 damage.
Okay.
Then there goes through 22 psychic damage.
Damn. Okay.
Followed by another crackback of 12 thunder damage from Booming Blade. And the dragon has the Booming Blade effect. The next attack is just going to be a normal attack with my Shadow Blade.
Okay. It is looking real hurt.
22.
22. This dragon is on death's
right.
door.
Come on, Thad.
And it's going to be an extra 19 psychic damage as I whirl my axe sort of Shadow Blade around and then slice back into the back meat of the dragon.
What does it look like, Thad?
Nice.
Well, in my original character sheet for Thad, when we first started this game a very, very, very long time ago, I forget what little pithy version of Wants to Kill a Dragon has even though dragons weren't real, has fantasies of dragon slaying, which is part of the deep shame and honor that was bestowed to Bubo in our very first session when he didn't get afeared.
Yeah.
The arrow at level 1. So as my axe, for 2 seconds, it doesn't even look like a shadow anymore. It looks like my real axe reforged. But when it strikes into the back spinal section, because it is just shadow, these small, tiny tendrils of shadow just slice up and down all the connective tissue of each one of the vertebra of the back of the dragon inside, and I essentially just sever all of its back vertebra, and its wings just no longer, it really can't even, it's just sort of this flat meat from this one, and then just like that, the shadow snaps back to my hand, and I look at the rider, and I just, smiling maniacally, just give a finger as I'm standing on top of the fleshy meat as well.
All right. And with that, before we go to break, I'm going to ask, as our rider rolls an athletics check to try to grab onto you, Thad, from this falling mount, you can roll an athletics or acrobatics check to avoid this grapple.
Athletics or what was the acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dex, basically, yeah.
To avoid.
No.
Okay. And so now, does Featherfall still active? Is Featherfall still active?
And the rider gets disadvantage according to Vigavar.
Oh, I have disadvantage on what?
No, the rider gets disadvantage. So let me roll again.
They rolled a natural 1. I don't
Unfortunately,
think
Thad rolled a 1. So even with disadvantage, the rider does succeed.
How long does Featherfall last?
But how long does Featherfall last? Because I think
A minute. It's like a minute.
a minute. Okay, so Thad, as you make your killing blow, and all of a sudden the flight, the effect of flight leaves the dragon's wings as it goes limp, and the weight of its body starts to pull it towards the ground. The rider stands up off the mount, takes a leap at you, and grabs you by the waist, and it drops faster as the two of you are now within Featherfall, falling at a slower rate. Bubo, you are able to avoid this massive hulking dead dragon falling right by you. And with that, we are going to take our mid-session break. We did it, guys. Incredible. You're right there. We are at 9:03. I'm going to say we are back at 9:18. Yeah. So we'll see everyone back at 9:18.
Thanks to Vigavar too, and praise Thor for the kill.
Yeah, nice job, everybody.
Praise Thor Odinson.
Yeah.
Amazing. See you
Yeah.
guys soon.
Awesome stuff. Later.
In Candlewick Manor, born to nobility, Ollie danced through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering Candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Plucked from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true cleric now with healing in hand. She'll represent the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Ollie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering Candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a breath. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. For lord of the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. He bold Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Boobo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide. The Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with the lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the smell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold Thaddeus, master of the spell, with little Boobo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew. Their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. An owl for his mate, little Boobo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Boobo, his talents wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Boobo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boobo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart.
In Salonia's fields a halfling stood tall, sea gray eyes, a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, and on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With bowler hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Grey, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
Okay, welcome back. We just killed a dragon. Thad killed a dragon. Lived up to his dreams.
We killed a dragon. Thad just got to finally do the final blow. Or
True lord of the
Just
dragon's
dealing with his
graveyard.
Boner. He's still
Thad
dealing with his,
Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer boner.
fun
Hell
fact.
yeah.
I think this is a time for a fun fact about Thad. Canonically, in my head, a virgin.
Oh,
Okay. All right, we learn something new every day.
like an actual virgin or a dragon killer bird?
A Dragon Slayer virgin.
Okay.
All
Up
right.
until today, also a dragon killer virgin, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I like it. So that's what
Amazing.
all that weird sexual, non-sexual tension between Thad and Arlie in the first months of our playing. That weird connection that you guys had was perfect. It was like two geeks who don't know how to be hot,
Don't know how to
but
do
are
this.
kind of a little bit hot for each other. Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with this. Yeah, Thad hated
That's
Arlie
great.
for the first months. It's like you are you are forsaken. You are the reason everything's going wrong.
I have lost audio. Sorry, I'm back now. I can hear.
Oh, you're back.
I
Welcome,
don't know what
welcome.
we're talking about. But Arlie's
Talking about,
involved.
we just discovered that Thad's a virgin. That was the discovery. It's not
Wow,
funny.
wow.
It's not funny, Arlie.
That's great. Way to make him feel good about it.
Sorry,
Way
it's-
to make
that's-
way to make him feel good.
Sorry, that was such a. I was just really surprised. But that's what we were talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Next life goal, says Vicavar. Hot, gross, says Alberta J. Amazing. Love the chat. Stay involved, chat. Maybe you can give Thad an advantage on his next try. Okay. The dragon just fell out of the sky, leaving Thad being grabbed onto by the rider, which is going to bring us to Legion's turn. I just had us on a little cool image there, so I'm going to bring us back to our battle map because we still technically have some enemies wanting to do stuff, so we're still in initiative order, which brings us to Legion's turn.
Okay. I feel like I should be saving Thad. I know we like cats. I know we like the mice. Do we like the humans? That was a joke. I put the cat down and I dive after Thad. And
So yeah, Thad's feather falling, so he's falling at 60 feet per round, so fairly slow.
okay. But he's still falling though.
Still falling slowly. Definitely could catch him with Le Chat Rouge. The Dragon Rider has grappled him, so he is grappled. But so the two of them are. The Dragon Rider is kind of latching onto Thad's magical feather fall.
So Shah Rouge can definitely catch
Yeah.
Thad. In that case, I'm not gonna do what I was gonna do because I was going to dive and then Dimension Door as soon as I can catch Thad. But in that case, I'm just gonna make the rider let go. I'm gonna cast Polymorph on the rider. So I can attempt to transform a creature that I can see within range into a beast. They have to succeed on the Wisdom saving throw, which is DC 16, or they will shapeshift into a beast.
Amazing. And I think Vicavar just said that they used a disadvantage. They paid for a disadvantage that was not applied yet. So this is going to be a saving throw with disadvantage on this polymorph.
Great. I'm just gonna cast it for the sake of casting it.
And I'm going to roll a wisdom save with disadvantage. That is a 14.
So, I wave happily at the rider. My arm goes ding 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 ding, the chimes sound, and the rider will turn into a goat.
Bah!
What the?
Goats famously not known for being able to grapple things. This goat now just falls. Thad.
I say you are the greatest of all time. Thank you.
Technically, as he falls, like at this point, they should be right beside me.
Mm-hmm.
And as this thing falls beside me, I get an attack of opportunity. That's why I placed myself underneath the.
Hell yeah! Now, as a goat, oh my god,
Yeah.
goat.
Yeah, pretty low AC probably.
As a goat, once is it like a druid with wild shape, where like if you kill it, then it reverts to its normal form? But if it were to revert to its normal form before it hits the ground, then you're gonna let all that hitting the ground damage go directly into the rider. Yeah. I mean, you could take an attack of opportunity for sure. I just looked up goat, 4 hit points, AC 10.
All right. Well, I hit it, and
Yeah.
I absolutely do kill it, because I get +4 anyways.
Oh my god.
With my dexterity.
So let me just make sure I understand exactly what happened here. Thad did an epic magical leap from the wings of Le Chat Rouge, now a dragon, onto this other dragon. A series of magical attacks imbued by the god of thunder himself, Thor Odinson, cracks the back of this dragon, causing it to fall like a stone to the ground from 600 feet. The rider leaps and grabs onto Thad, attempting to save herself, but Legion jingles her hand and the rider turns into a goat, which then falls past the waiting Bubo, who severs the goat with his short sword, so it then turns back into the rider and continues to fall 600 feet to the ground. Did I get that right?
Yes, I agree.
Amazing. Wow. Why don't you give so that you did that's 5 + 4, so that's an additional 5 damage to this rider because the damage carries over.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Okay, and the rider falls. Legion, do you want to do anything else on your turn?
I think that is all I can do. I think now that all the enemies have been eliminated, I look at everyone around me and I say, I would like to go to the forge now. That's all I do.
Amazing. That's going to be Mark Yu's turn, taking us to our rider who is falling. And let me just double check.
No,
if they can...
it's dead, man. It's dead. I'm reading Polymorph, man. It just turns. It has the hit points of the new form.
Oh, what?
And it only reverts to its new form an hour later.
So if it dies in Polymorph?
Yeah, it just retains it assumes the hit points of its new form.
Whoa, so it's like not even like
No, it's not a druid spell. No, it's not a super buff.
No, it's not a druid spell.
That would be an insane buff that they could take extra damage. Like that would be silly a little bit to be able to do that to your. Yeah, it assumes that.
No, it's any excess damage is pushed over into its new form. So if you gave it like something that had 2 HP, and then you did 18 damage to it, the resulting creature would pop back into its new form, minus 16 HP.
Right. I'm reading here, it says the target gains a number of temporary hit points equal to the hit points of the beast form. The spell ends early on the target if it has no temporary hit points left, is how they work it. So it would have gained 4 hit points as the goat, lost those 4, reverted back to its original form. But now it's just falling. And I put the book away because I thought we were done with this, so I need to find exactly how much damage it is.
You know what it is, Lindsay? It's I think Vicavar figured it out in the chat. You're reading the 2024 version of Polymorph, probably, whereas we're still in 2016 rules.
Oh,
Vicavar's probably
Crazy.
correct about that, but that's a huge buff to Polymorph. If
That's a crazy
how
buff to Polymorph.
new,
Yeah.
Wording is.
Amazing. Well, it's going to take... This rider will take 20d6 damage when it hits the ground, and it will be 600 feet away from you. So I think we can say it's out of the combat, at any rate. Incredible, though. Interesting. Polymorph 2024. Use it. That's crazy powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Way too powerful. So at this point, we're kind of out of initiative, but I'm gonna, because we're our last potential enemy is falling. We do have Harold, Arlie, Aelric, who can do something if they want, you know, for example, to an unmounted Dragonel. Now would be your time. Otherwise, we're gonna pop out of combat. So this is our last opportunity for that.
I have a
Harold.
thing. I have a thing.
Elric has a thing. Yeah. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Chat. Sorry, chat's reminding me that I gotta revivify Library Cat before a minute goes up past. Like,
Okay, so I'm going to finish this round in initiative then. In that case, Harold's turn.
As a reaction to, I'm going to act as a reaction to what Aelric does since it's not in combat anymore. I'm just going to wait for him to have the action, all right?
Sure, happy to do that. We're out of combat, basically. Juniper.
So, who has Library Cat?
I think Library Cat's on the back of the dragon, just sitting there.
Yeah.
I set Library Cat down.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
Library
Okay, so is Aelric still holding Arlie, or has he dropped her off on the dragon?
I dropped her off when we made it back to the Red Dragon, and I got the.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, she's gonna run over to Library Cat.
Nice. You run over to the hairless cat in the arms of the Construct Legion. Because it got burned.
Correct.
Like that color now.
Not in a stylish way. Well,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
hairless
It
cats
looks
are
like a black
pretty
cat until you
high
get close to
fashion,
it and you realize
honestly.
it's just like charred skin, not fur.
Oh.
It is a sad.
Oh no! Too real, Coin. Too real.
Sorry.
Bringing us back to
Content
cartoon
warning.
tone. Okay.
Okay.
So Arlie is really gingerly going to cast Revivify.
Amazing. How does that work?
Let's click on it and see what it says. Oh, I pulled it up in TKG Beyond. Revivify. Well, then that is where I will read it from. Okay. You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. That creature returns to life with 1 hit point. It's instantaneous. I need diamonds, which I am going to pretend I nicked from Versailles. I don't know.
If you've never cast this spell before, we can assume that you have enough material to cast each of your spell at least once, and you've never cast this once in the whole campaign. So assumedly you've been holding on to this.
Great.
I assume that Arlie wears diamond.
That's also probably true.
Oh. Good point. She takes out her earrings. The Kender nobility, like,
Love
let
that.
you keep much. Clerics have it, but they let you keep some. Well, they can't stop you from anyway. Anyway, Library Cat. Yeah. And
Amazing.
I don't know.
What does it look like as you... Yeah, what does it look like?
I'm going to say it looks like vines from the world tree that are golden glowing, just like envelop the cat and then just reanimate like a breath, like, you know, a dramatic kind of
Nice. As these like magical green vines just seep their way in and around Library Cat, give me a roll on a d20, 10 or lower, 11 or higher. This is whether this magic is going to bring back Library Cat's fur. What did you roll?
A 4. Sorry,
A 4.
I rolled it manually and realized.
Oh, okay. No, all good. So Library Cat does a little and opens its little eyes. It is alive, but still hairless. It is now a hairless Library Cat. Incredible.
Look, darling. We'll knit you something pronto.
Kind of just opens its little eyes and sees you, and then kind of curls up and purrs in that sad, hurt purr way that cats do. And like, I'm not a happy cat, but I am alive, which is amazing. Well done, Aelric.
Great. Aelric, capitalizing on his history and deep connection with Harold, looks at the Dragonel, casts his eye at Harold. As best as this serpentine mouth can make it, gives a little smile, grabs him by the clothing, and then bolts over there to the Dragonel with Harold.
Amazing. What are you guys trying to do here? I think I know.
Yeah, placing Harold completely on the back of that dragon, man.
Okay. I'm going to say this is going to be an animal handling with advantage because it's the two of you.
Okay.
And this will be against its wisdom. I'm going to roll a wisdom save here.
I get to roll animal handling?
You get to roll animal handling with advantage because you have Aelric with you. DC is 13. What's gonna? Oh,
Hey!
27.
Making out with the
Okay, amazing. Describe what it looks like as, and also what do you want to call it?
So yeah, Aelric just kind of like swoops in, takes a nice arc, and just like lays it out, and Harold is just like splayed-legged as he's going in across the neck, right? And then he just arcs up. Aelric just arcs up like a dive bomb.
Love it.
What you
And then Harold, you need to finish that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Harold lands into the saddle with the 27, just such a natural rider, and such a light load compared to the mounted combatants that the Dragonel is so used to bearing that it almost welcomes presence. Oh, great! Oh, this is nice.
I feel like this is exactly the type of direction I needed right now.
Yeah, they should ride the big ones, not me. And Harold, grabs the reins that are way too long and
It's fully, yeah.
again and again and again and again over his arms. He got it, and sets off to follow the red dragon.
Beautiful. And with that, the party takes off towards...
Oh, I'm falling. I'm still falling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I mean, Squeakmar goes last in the turn and is going to swoop down with Le Chat Rouge and catch Thad in the same way, just coming down underneath. And
I was
Not
promised
quite.
to be caught.
Not quite dead yet.
I'm not dead. Make
Kill
sad
the
Elsie.
dragon, guys.
Oh my God, yeah. Annie, what do you do there? To explain that? Yeah.
So, I'm seeing how sad Library Cat is about not having its fur,
Mm-hmm.
and I go up to it and I go, there, pat it, boop it on the nose, and I use Wand of Smiles on Library Cat to make it smile.
Nice. This Legion has an imbued Wand of Smiles effect. the little cat does. Anyone who knows cat happy sounds, that little brr, brr, and the head rises up, and that's the closest that a cat can smile. And a little happy, the sad purr turns to a little happy purr.
She does this for a
Amazing.
whole minute.
Oh, so cute. And as you're giving her little happy pets, the group swoops towards the Grand Arcane Forge that I have there in that I've put up on just so we can see kind of what we're looking at. We have a couple minutes to fly to the Arcane Forge if there's anything anyone wants to do.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I guess my question is, I guess I can't be healed, because I'm very low on health. I can just sort of like until we long rest or anything like that.
Oh, I'll cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on you. Yes. Seeing that you're still badly hurt, I need to rest. I'm pretty out of spell slots, but I will.
It doesn't affect the construct.
That's the thing. No healing spells can heal me.
Oh. It's only when Legion is incarnated by a god we can heal it.
In the past, have we ever used healing magic on Legion?
Warforged, if the base template of Legion is a Warforged can be healed, but we can't get Legion.
So the Warforged counts as a construct, which means that the healing word, healing touch, they don't affect undead or constructs.
For Warforged?
Let's open up. Let's do some spelunking.
I did not mean to hold us up with this.
No, not at all.
No, it's on the Reddit thread that says that you can do it.
But at least in Eberron, like one of the mysterious things about Warforged is that you shouldn't be able to use healing magic on them, and yet you can. It's one of the mysteries of the setting.
Okay. I think Warforged, according to the Fateful Force, but I'm looking for something that might be better.
On a number of Reddit threads that say you can because it's a humanoid. It's still considered a living humanoid.
I think they're considered humanoids. You're right.
Yeah, the only rules they have constructed resilience, which gives them advantage on saving throws against being poisoned. They don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. They're immune to disease. They don't need to sleep, and magic can't put them to sleep. But they are not themselves technically a construct.
Right, they count as humanoids. Cool. Okay, so the healing will work in that case.
Okay,
and then
I can also heal myself in that
True.
case.
You could, yeah. So at this point, anyone who wants to cast any healing magic on themselves or others, go for it. Let's do that.
I heal Mark II for 9.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I look at Library Cat in horror, like realizing that it's been burnt. And then I see Arlie, whose hair is also burnt. And then I start touching my own face and feeling the patches of beard and eyebrow and hair that's still there. And I start to lose my shit a little bit.
A little bit remains, but it's not as like perfectly coiffed as Arlie for some reason. Just luck of the draw. That annoying Kender touched by the gods.
Who still needs healing?
I'm gonna cast a heal spell on
I do.
myself.
I do, but I have one more charge of the Seed of Zivlin and my second wind bonus action that I could take.
I can also do healing on somebody or myself.
Do you reckon we'll rest when we get where we're going?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we can find a moment to rest.
Yeah, if I don't get the rest, I'm going to be.
Oh, you're muted, Sam.
Battle.
Yeah.
We are on our way to the final boss. So a long rest before the final boss would be great, but I'm.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to spend some of those Twitch points to get to bribe the DM to let us long rest.
Yeah, there you go. Bribe me as a DM, and you, Legion, can give them a long rest.
And boy won't. TPK us.
Oh,
Okay.
Where
So, so Bubo, as Elric is flying, Bubo sneaks up on Elric, kind of in the air, achieving kind of a new level of stealth flying. You know, the silence of an owl, mixed with the elven cloak, mixed with the glamored studded leather armor, blended in with the surroundings, gives Bubo a kind of a newfound like ability of like kind of quietness, especially with the recent experiences that he's been through. And before Elric has ever even kind of notices that he's there, there is a slight touch on the back of Elric, and he gets another 8 points of healing for Might's Seed of Zebulun. I rolled 4 1s. That's awesome.
No.
Oh no, I did. No, I'm sorry. I probably four twos.
Okay.
Awesome.
So he gets another 8 points of healing for Elric.
Hell yeah! Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sweet. As the party closes on the Grand Arcane Forge, you can see that it exists in this massive hole, this crater that seems to have been blasted out of the larger city now dead. This facility must have existed partially below ground before whatever excavated the ground around it. Thad, as you close in on the Arcane Forge, you start to recognize the city from that brief glimpse you had out the window from your test in the tower that you were seeing through Wyhand's eyes those hundreds of years ago. This is the great city where the Arcane Forge was housed. And as you get closer, you find yourselves landing. I'm going to change us to get ourselves a little bit better view for our audience here. You land on a platform high in the sky on the Arcane Forge. This is a place where ancient airships had come and gone. It seems unused for quite a long time. You can see all these pillars, areas that would be alighted with energy were this facility active, but they seem mostly dormant at this point. As you land, you hear a crackle through your sending stone, and you hear Cudgel say, have you made it? Are you there? I saw some fire in the sky. I wasn't sure. Oh, you did? Darn, they seem to have died every time I turn my hands. Are you there? Oh, over. I'm supposed to say over at the end. Over. Are you there? Over.
Who's got the other sending stone? I don't even know.
Everyone has one. At this point, they're tactical radios.
And we established without anybody else being here that it's not an ear tap, but it's a Star Trek shirt tap to talk.
Fantastic.
Because it's
Fantastic.
I like it. Thank you.
Eric taps and says, all good. Over.
Oh, we can't believe it. Oh, by all the great minds in all of Hellamar. All right, okay, you made it. Now, if you just give a moment, I think you should be seeing that we have our cavalry on the way. As you look to the rim of the crater, you see the flash of what seems like lightning, followed by a booming pop. And in the place that once was just the ridge now sits, beached on the ground, the Ethereal Dread.
That's the airship.
The ship, the regular ship, has been teleported onto the ground at the base of the Ethereal Dread.
How far are we above it?
You're 600 feet above it, and the ridge, the crater is hundreds of meters wide. So it's quite a ways away. But as it pops into existence, you hear the sound of a gnome. Okay, we have a visual on the Arcane Forge. Very good. I knew this would work. I was never worried at all. Okay. All right. I don't know who else is still alive there, but Thaddeus, thank you very much. This is for you. Boom. You hear in the background, and you see some as the broadsides go off on the Ethereal Dread, and what looks like cannonballs start moving towards you. And as they get closer, you realize these are not cannonballs. These are boarding torpedoes. And they fly towards the Arcane Forge and embed themselves into the outer walls just below where you are now. Cavalry.
Oh, it's those shock troop things that we discovered like 3 months ago, right? The ones that landed.
Yeah, so so these boarding torpedoes were something that Thad was able to provide a bit of magic to the formation of. So he was able to provide Featherfall to Adelpho III to augment the rockets that he had developed and turn these rockets into boarding torpedoes, so that any of your allied forces could enter these large open torpedoes. The Featherfall allowing basically an inertial dampener effect, so that when they hit the side, the people within wouldn't be splatted. And so this is how your allies are going to be arriving at the Arcane Forge. From the horizon, you see more winged creatures starting to rise from the city itself. And as you stand on this landing platform with Le Chat Rouge and Squeak Noir still by her ear, Squeak Noir turns down to you and says, "It seems this is only the beginning of the end, my friends. You know where you have to go. I shall provide you some time." And with that, Le Chat Rouge tips off, catches the wind, wings open, and she's gone to intercept the oncoming aerial forces of the enemy, leaving the party alone on this landing platform.
They are so nice. I would like to be their friends. We should go.
We should, but I'm pretty ragged.
I feel like we will be damaged if we stay out here.
All right. I guess at some point you'll provide some divine intervention. Finally.
Yes, maybe. I am still searching for it.
Amazing. And with that, what is the party? Do we want to like hold up, try to do a short rest, or wait longer here on the landing platform? There seems to be an entrance. Mm-hmm.
Could we do at least a short rest? Because then I could at least get a spell slot back.
Certainly. Can definitely take a short rest. We can count a kind of short rest as you were flying to arrive and as you land, and kind of recoup yourselves and recombobulate yourselves, as it were. So everyone can roll any hit dice they want to choose for their short rest, and they can refresh anything that they refresh with a short rest. Bubo. What's in its pockets is?
So Bubo, as everybody is kind of like getting their bearings, and he goes up to Elric, and he says to him, "Elric, it's been a while. I'm sorry that I had to leave you for so long, but what I've been through, you can't even imagine the horror that I experienced nearing death and being saved by none other than the man who made me who I am. It seems a little bit like a dream, like it's been half a year since I've seen you.
You have been missed. I should say that we had intended to send you a message many, many times, but we could never find an opportunity.
No, I understand. Where I was so... I didn't even know where I was at first. The depths of darkness that I was kept in was frightening at first. And then looking into the eyes of my old master, thinking maybe that I had been betrayed by him. But over time, I realized that he was on our side. And I wanted to ask you, after all this time, what have you decided? Are you decided as a group to destroy this forge or to release the gods?
We haven't.
That's, yeah. Aelric says, yeah, that's basically what Aelric says too. We have not. We have not decided. We have debated it many times. And some of the Legion incarnations tell us to destroy it. Some tell us to release the gods. Then we stumble on one party or another, one force or another. It's left us torn.
But Citadel has never been bound, apparently.
Right. Okay, so the idea is we are now at the door of decision, and you are not sure what you're going to do once you enter it.
Mark, do you have any strong feelings as the basic template from which all of the gems have to run? Do you want to be released from this burden, or are you happy to keep it?
First of all, I want to say I'm sorry that my friend calls you basic. It's not an insult. It's just something that he says.
That is okay. I think I would like to be released. I would like to be destroyed.
The construct? You wish to be destroyed?
Yes. If that is possible. I no longer wish to be in the form like this.
Do you wish to have another form? We can probably build you how you want to be if you want to be. Do we have to destroy you to release the gods? If we want to release the gods, Thad looks at Harold, who has not said anything yet in this conversation.
Old Master Bubo.
What's this? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Old Master. Just unclear. You were captured by the enemy, and then your old master freed you and sent you to us.
Yes, because he thought that there was conflict with the tactics with which the dragon people were doing their thing. He thought that they were brutal and they did not think of the best interests of the people of the world. All they sought to do was to wreak havoc in the name of their goals, and he did not believe in the methods towards their end, and he felt that despite the fact that he aligned himself with them at the beginning, that he felt that his motivations were not aligned in the end, and he seemed to come to this decision when he saw me and the suffering that I was going through at the hands of their, violence. To be quite honest, it's very close to torture that I went through.
I see. And what was his guidance?
All I can say is that right now he is inside the forge, behind those doors, preparing the way for us. He would not be more clear about that. He just said that he would be there for us, behind those doors, prepare the way. But I find myself confused with this because for some reason it feels like he understood what your way was, but when I ask you, you don't seem to know what your way is yourself. And so I put it to you again. Harold, what do you think you want to do?
Yeah, Harold, you rolled an insight check for what do you look
like? This is awfully convenient.
Is Bubo... So Bubo's saying that his master is inside, planning the way forward.
Working for us. He's our ally. Saying it's incredible. Harold is very suspicious about this story because it's so convenient.
So this will be Bubo, your passive deception is 11. Harold rolled a 13. Have anything you said so far been a lie?
It's been cryptic. It's been purposefully cryptic. So if you want, I can kind of roll a deception. I don't think I'm necessarily... I just don't know the mechanics of this.
It's a PvP, so I'm going to, because you got 2 over your passive, so the cryptic is definitely, Bubo is cryptically using his words to avoid clarity.
No, exactly. I am avoiding clarity. So let me roll that. I mean, that's fair. I'm going to say that I'm of 2 worlds, right? I'm kind of split. I don't have a huge deception. I'm not. Oh no, sorry. I'm gonna. That's wrong. I rolled with advantage there. I didn't mean to. Let me do that again. Just a regular deception, normal. Okay, I rolled an 11.
Same
so
as
you
passive.
can tell. Yeah, that's it. So you can tell that. And so Lindsay is going to be honest about what you're seeing from Bubo. Okay, so what you're seeing from Bubo is a man who is torn between the motivations of his master and somebody that he knows and loves and trusts and that has just freed him from pain, and I think what he's feeling is because you guys are not giving me a clear decision on what you want to do, he's not quite sure whether or not he is able to kind of talk further about the motivations of his guy.
Yeah. So weirdly, just to augment this answer, the lack of clarity in the group actually exposed something in Bubo. And Bubo was not ready for a lack of clarity from the group, which caused him to stumble in an intent in what his intended response would be. It is unclear what exactly he's hiding, but he's certainly talking around specifics. But at the same time, to be clear, there haven't. Have you said anything that is explicitly like a lie, Bubo?
No lies.
Cool.
I think the general read Harold gets is sus.
Sus. Hashtag sus. Yeah. Meanwhile, as we get a little sus from Harold, the camera pans over to Arlie.
Arlie, just next to Marky, being like, would you like to be melted down into a very large shoe? Or perhaps like a cat house for library cat? It would have to have tiny little cat books in it. That seems sort of a waste of metal. What are your dreams, Legion, Mark-you? How can we make them happen?
A
Being a cat might be fun, but first I would like to go to the forge and be opened up.
That's as clear as I've heard a direct command from this machine. I think we follow its desires.
I must go to the forge.
Some sort of programmed wisdom. That or the gnomes have left us with like kind of a doomsday device, but I guess we'll find out.
I'm inclined to agree, but we haven't really had a time to stop and have a conversation yet with the fact that our patron, Thad says, holding up an amulet, has been the only god to walk Kryn, might be being monopolized by a centralized authority on the continent that we're acting in. I don't know if it's fairness dictates. I don't want to be the person to unleash a torrent of angry gods back into reality, but I also don't know if it's fair to only let there be one.
Lindsay, check your DMs. I'm speaking to you in Thieves' Camp.
Word. Thank you.
Oh, cool. The two rogues are talking in Thieves' Camp behind closed. I love it. Okay, in front of everyone. Keep going, guys.
As DM is like in the DM is slid into his DM. Yeah, but
Eric steps to the Legion construct and says, I have learned a lot about the human race. I've learned a lot about the mammalian species. Agency seems as important to you as anything. I say we allow this entity to have its agency.
Thank you. That is very kind.
And then Elric turns to the Legion construct and says, do you know the way?
Do I know the way, DM?
Give me a history check.
That's probably a no. I rolled a 7.
With a 7, you do not know the direct route to get to the forge itself.
So Arlie is going to respond
Please.
to Brad's
Yeah.
sentence and be like, so I have been thinking about the fact that the gnomes did not incarcerate Zivlin in a soul eternity crystal. So my thinking is that then Zivlin just bided his time reading books for 300 years. Something must have changed for Zivlin to choose a cleric. Something must have changed in the world. And so if your theory is that Zivlin was perhaps is that there's been a secret society waiting and is acting now, maybe. But maybe there was a secret society and then they fell, and in the power vacuum a bunch of dragons came to Kryn, and Zivlin was like, oh, time to step up and choose a cleric? I don't know, but something clearly changed. And now I feel like opening up Legion, which is neither committing to destroy it or committing to turn it into a shoe, which I do think, anyway, not here or now. But the point is it allows us to make a choice right at the very end or beginning. As in, we'll delay the choice. But I guess we don't know the way.
Harold and Bubo are doing little like hand signals between each other, doing some thieves' cant. For anyone who recognizes it, I don't think anyone speaks it. Although technically, Arlie, you can use your subclass feature as a cleric of knowledge to know thieves' cant if you choose. That's one of your abilities. Is you can just know a language. I think it's like 1 per short rest or something like that.
I think there's a bit of a noticing of maybe a perception check to maybe actually even notice whether or not we're even talking to each other. You know what I mean? I think that's the point of Thieves' Cant. It's like the Bene Gesserit hand signals. It's like, they don't, nobody notices unless they notice.
In that case, I'm going to do it off of a passive stealth for the two of you guys, the lower passive stealth. So what's, for Harold and Bubo, the lower of your 2 passive stealths will be Arlie's perception DC, to notice that you're two kind of secretly talking, and then she can choose whether or not she wants to...
passive stealth again?
It'll be in your attributes. It's like the bracketed number beside your
10
bonus.
10 plus yourself. 10 plus your stealth.
So Bubo's is 22. Passive stealth 22. Just looks like he's preening.
Yeah. Yeah, Bubo's pretty.
Harold's passive stealth would be 20. Both very good. So, Arlie, if you roll a perception, you'd have to beat a 20 to notice that they're even communicating privately. With a 10, you're preoccupied by a little cute library cat who's like snuggling up and being like purr, 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 purr.
Sounds on brand.
So Bubo once again puts it to Elric and says, so the way that I understand this is that Thaddeus is leaning towards releasing the gods because of a sort of balance that is created through this, because he feels that maybe his god has a monopoly on theocracy and belief. But for you, I feel like, Elric, I don't know your spiritual beliefs. What do you think? Do you think it is good for a select few gods that have been decided by people to I don't understand what your beliefs are.
Well, I think at the end of the day, the hardest thing for me to fight against is here talking to Legion now is primal and base version of it as we possibly can, and it's asking to die. So I feel like that's probably the most ethical thing to do. But on the other hand, if the gods come spitting back with revenge and anger upon mortals, I don't want to be remembered as the one that unleashed that whirlwind on. I'll decide and do what the rest of the group wants, but all things considered, if it wants to end, it should be allowed to end.
I think if I were to speak from my own motivations, I have been torn because as we have traveled this great distance and seen the devastation wrought upon the world by the people who seek to release the gods, it clouds my judgment with regards to the gods themselves. The people that we have met, the incarnations that we have met through this construct Legion, have all been helpful to us. and they do not feel vengeful. They do not. They feel trapped, and they feel that they are not. Their consciousness, their reality is larger than the petty revenge fantasies that we may feel. It feels that given in infinite amount of time, they will be released, and therefore, I don't know if it's not better to just have them all released, and have that be the reality, you know.
While
Then
this is happening, Legion rolls her eyes and sighs very exasperatedly. And she says, "This is taking too long." And she goes back to neutral again.
Thad throws up his hands and says, "Let's go release all the guns then."
Good.
Well, that was easy. Let's, yeah.
Eric's
Amazing.
Eric's seeing Legion's, we'll just call it joy, at the resolution of all this. He just starts turning and heads to what I assume is a big doorway right in front of him.
Yeah, big doorway. Incredible. As you walk through into the big doorway and into large arcane, techno-arcane hallways that first seem empty and echoing with the first footsteps in centuries, the clanging of Legion, the thudding of Aelric, and the pitter-patter of the Kender, all passing their way through. I would say Harold makes noise, but he literally has elven boots, so Harold does not make any noise as he moves. All walking through, and also Bubo just is an owlin. As you turn
As we're
corner,
going through the Eric,
Yeah.
Eric does turn to Bubo and says, "This master of yours, how should we know what they look like?"
Don't worry, I will tell you, and you will see. You all understand when you see him. I have no real understanding of the inner workings of this place, but I will definitely tell you what he looks like when we see him. He may have taken on another form to infiltrate this place, but he has informed me that he will let me know where he is when we find him. I don't mean to be cryptic. I understand that this is very difficult to believe, and I just came back as a prisoner of our enemy. But I want you to believe, Elric, if I wanted to kill you, I would have done it in the air, not
Bubo,
here.
you do have, now that there's some clarity with the group and you're moving towards the Arcane Forge, an additional thing you can offer to maybe reduce any lingering suspicion from the group are some items that you were entrusted to provide. I think we can end our session with this.
Yeah, sure. Where are these items?
Oh no,
Where-
they're not. We talked about them. I didn't put them on your character sheet.
Right. Okay. And I'm just asking, like, how am I supposed to introduce this? Like, that's all.
Oh, within the context of Aelric asking you about what's going on, and you now have like a purpose, and like this is part of following through in that purpose, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, the Bubo says one thing that I have to tell you is that my master thinks that it may be possible that this final confrontation may be more than any of us can handle. More. He may be dead for all we know. But one thing that he has entrusted to us are these rings that he gave to us, and he pulls out these rings, and he very deliberately goes to each one of everybody and hands them a ring, and there are symbols on each one of these rings that correspond to each one of us. One having the symbol. Am I overstepping here, Coy?
No, so you're handing out these rings. They're rolling their checks to see if they recognize them, for sure. So they're recognizing them. So you can describe them in character, or I can describe what they recognize through their checks. If you want to verbalize yourself,
right? I'm just going to say, Bubo speaks. He says to them, "These rings were prepared from my master for each one of you, designed specifically for you, so that you may attune them not in the way that you're normally attuning yourself to an object, but you're attuning them with your soul, because we are speaking to the idea of ourselves releasing the gods and the people that we believe in, and therefore these are attuned for you specifically." I have no idea how he found the ability to attune them to your specific person, but these are for you. And again, I don't understand how they work, but all I know is that one has been prepared for each one of us. And you see the one that Bubo has for himself. He says, "This one, because I am an Aulin and that my people were designed to protect the world tree and the seeds of Zivelin, this one has the symbol of an owl and a seed of Zivelin on it." And as he puts it on, he feels like a kind of a surge, kind of going onto himself, and you can see like crackling magic. The feathers, like kind of when Bubo casts his spells, it's always kind of like activating his feathers. The feathers kind of like deactivate, not deactivate, but disconnect. Some feathers like disconnect, swirl around his body, and then reconnect back to him. Almost like I don't know, some bad Michael Bay Transformers animation. And Bubo's like his eyes kind of crackle, and then he settles back into kind of a state of like, the same guy that he was just before. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm going to answer these Arcana checks that the party was, while listening to you, examining these rings themselves. Arlie, you recognize the ancient symbol of the Cleric's Tower. Thad, you recognize the symbol of the Mage's Towers. Legion, actually, you recognize all of these, but not a single ring was handed to you, but you recognize them as a matching set. And Aelric, you recognize a symbol that was burned into your mind back in Shockspire, where you were born. The symbol of the Dragonborn themselves. Harold, you see an old symbol of Solamnia itself, pre-Empire of Solamnia, when we were still just the coalition of mortal races. And through this, you recognize that these are the original, all symbols, and each ring represents one part of the original alliance of the mortal races that fought in the Celestial War. The Dragonborn, the mortal races unified under the coalition now as known as Solamnia, the Sylvanestri forests, which Bubo just put on himself, the Magi, and the clerics. And these united forces were what were able to create the Legion construct in the first place. And it seems that each one of you, representing part of this ancient original alliance, shall be required for the final ritual.
those that did it in the first place, I guess, have to be the ones to undo it.
So Bubo's put on his ring. Does anyone else want to put on theirs, or are we just gonna hold on to them or pocket them?
Yeah, I'll put on my
Arlie's
ring.
immediately like.
Harley, as you put on,
which Harold puts on his ring, it makes Thad pause for 2 seconds. He looks at his own and he slips it on.
nice, amazing. As you all put on your rings, you are touched by a power beyond even the name of a single god, and you feel yourselves imbued with an ancient force as representatives of your own orders. Those who put on your ring, please level up to level 9. I think Aelric is the one who's hesitating. If anyone wants to describe a cool action that happens in the same way that Bubo had his epic moment, feel free to describe the coolness of donning the ring. I think Aelric's still holding on to his suspiciously.
No, I was gonna wait till everyone does their thing, in case it like.
Yeah, Sam, kick us off. I know you got something on the tip of your tongue. What happens as Thad puts on this ring, levels up to 9?
Thad starts to shriek in pain as fiery, shadowy flames burst up all like around him. And as he it's a bad noise. It doesn't sound great.
It's a bad trip. It's a bad trip.
Really, really. But as he's writhing, slowly the flames that have collected up around him go through his body and collect in the staff that he's kind of clutched onto, like a person almost being electrocuted by pain and like a rictus. And then at the end of it is like, I actually feel pretty good.
On leveling up, you all also get the effects of a long rest. Arlie, what does it look like as you don the ring, the cleric's ring?
The image of the cleric's tower literally just suddenly like a really convincing illusion, like it looks like it's totally concrete, like surrounds her, like a literal tower, sort of brick by brick assembling itself around her until you get to the golden rooftop, and then you just hear her muffled voice like, "God damn it! I hate it in here. God, why?" Books, and it just sounds, and then none of it. It's like you hear her like I don't know, walking up the stairs and trying to get out, but it's just the size of a Kender. It's just like
I love that.
Just like
until great roots like grow up through the stones that have been assembled and get their way in between each piece, and like seeing 1,000 years play out in mere moments, pull the tower down, leaving Arlie alone and back again, leveled up and feeling well rested. I love this, as Annie's saying. Yeah, this is a lot of very resistant leveling up. I like this. This is interesting. This is strong choices. Just stick with the strong choices. Harold, what does it look like as you don the ring of the Coalition of Mortal Races?
Harold has there's always been an age to Harold. It comes out in his behavior, and it in his what he says and how he carries himself. But he never looked that old, even though he older than anyone else in the party, I believe. How old is Arlie?
30s.
I think,
yeah,
30s.
How old
She's
is
in her
Elric?
20s. Yeah.
Aelric's in his 20s, I believe. By the way, Arlie, does your hair grow back or does it stay super cool?
Oh, it grows back into like the plait that all of the clerics have to wear.
Amazing.
But it's long again. But
Great
also
answer.
filled with twigs for
Cool.
chat.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
And though 90 is not old as halfling go, it is a very long time to be alive and to suffer the slings and arrows. And in the moment that the ring comes on his finger, you can see every year that this man carries silently for a moment weigh down on him as he takes a deep breath and stands back up straight.
Awesome. And the countless ages and lives of those part of the coalition enter and weigh further on Harold, and he gains the effects of a long rest. Aelric, what does it look like as you don the Ring of the Dragonborn, last of your kind?
You see just massive arcs of electricity that spew out of the ring, and they're thin. They're not like what you see him breathe, and it just almost cocoonic spins around him, getting smaller and smaller and smaller until you kind of just have like this, I don't know, plastic wrapped dragonborn in this kind of blue electricity. And then the wings sprout out. Oh. The tail sprouts out. Pow. And the rest of it just kind of glimmers away.
Amazing. And representative of your kind, Aelric, you stand up strong again, feeling a new power and rested as you take the effects of a long rest. With that, we are at time. And so we are going to end tonight's session fully rested, leveled up, with a direct eye to the prize, a final encounter and act of freeing the gods? Have we decided now? Who knows? Anything is possible. Find out next week, maybe, on You Are Legion, and, keep rolling them dice. And of course, I have to say, because I was almost going to forget, check out Wednesdays. I think we got one more session. Annie's going to be joining with Eric Fournier. They're going to close that out. We got lots of cool stuff happening. I think Claire's eyeing at doing a little something maybe in the new year that we'll announce a little bit later. We have 2 more sessions of our campaign here with the group we see in front of you before we take our long break for the holidays. So until then, thank you so much. I'm going to steal Eric's line again. Keep rolling them dice.
Hey.
In Candlewick Manor, born to nobility, Ollie Dobbs through